Look at how nice the 32-inch straight modules slide into the diagonal corner module, making a nice L island. Here is how to assemble your diagonal corner module kit. Good. See how he screws nice and close to the end here, getting the coupler. You don't want to screw out here and miss the coupler. So now we're sliding in the diagonal piece. It's a 37mm tube, and it slides right into the 40mm tubes. You can see we've taken our builder square and we positioned it over here in the side of the corner just to make sure our frame's nice and square. Okay, we can take our one-way couplers, and we can position it. Position it so it's a millimeter or so back from this edge and a millimeter back from this side. So when you slip the steel tube over, the steel tube will be flush to the outside of the frame here. And do the same with here. So we'll go ahead and we'll put a screw in through the hole and then another screw in through the field. If you need to, you can clamp this down so it doesn't move around. That might make it easier for you to screw. Okay, so now we have the one-way secured with 2 screws on each side and everything's nice and square. And now we can go ahead and put on our vertical tubes. Now we go ahead and we insert our one-way couplers with one side in the front here. Put our 3-way corners in the tops. We take our length walls with the red paint and we slip it in over the couplers. So first we screw into the coupler and then we screw in these 2. A total of 3 screws per corner. Here's a quick tip on the front here. Don't put a screw here through the one-way until you've slipped this into the tubes. So now we're sliding this in on both ends. And then we'll go ahead and pre-drill a hole up through the 3 pieces of metal and lock it in with a screw on each side. Fantastic. Wow, this is easy with this connect tubes. Wow, in under 5 minutes, we built the whole perimeter frame here. It's absolutely amazing. So now we've laid out our vertical tubes. We're gonna have one in the center on this length wall and one in the center on that length wall. In the 2022 kit, we used to give an extra vertical tube here and there. Those are no longer included. The reason why is we want you to be able to crawl through your island to this module and to this other module you're connecting to in case you ever have to do repairs. That's very important. You wouldn't want to have a VT here that's going to block you from climbing through. Let's say a rat chews your electrical wires, or maybe the plumber needs to get in there, or for whatever reason. So we always keep it open where it connects to another module in case you need maintenance in the future. So with the diagonal corner module, a lot of people will put a sink here or a smoker egg, and in the front here, they'll have an access door. You have to have an access door to access the plumbing for a sink or access the soot door for your Commodore. So we have 2 CTs. One will go on the top here like so, nice and flush. A couple screws lock it in. One on the top here like that. Lock it in with a couple screws. And then you'll get 2 of these 40 by 20 millimeter steel tubes that you can use for the left and right side of your door cutout. So that's these parts there. We'll go ahead and clamp this one to the top and we'll lock it in with a couple screws. Now that we have completed our diagonal corner module very quickly and easily with this system, we need to do something here with the countertop. The kit comes with a sink countertop kit. You're getting really a lot of steel tubes for the money here and a lot of work that we did pre-cutting all these pieces to make it easy for you. Okay, we take our 41-inch tubes here and we lay them on top of the frame here. This is doing a countertop support. And then we'll take a CT and we'll go ahead and position it underneath where that would lay, where we want to mount it. And we'll mark with the marker so that we know where to screw that CT into on the right side. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. So now we're going to screw it in. It's really good to have one of these vise clamps when you're working on this. For 2023, we have an angle L iron that's going to go on the front instead of the CTs. CTs are in the rear and the angle iron is in the front. So this goes in and then you put about 4 to 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws in here holding that. We run the tape measure down the center here, which comes out to about 52 inches here on the inside. And then we're going to go ahead and come out to about 36 inches and make a line. And we're going to come down to about 20 inches and make a line here. And that's just going to be for our countertop supports going this way. Now, if you had a sink, you would use your sink cutout measurements, but we're just going to make the countertop support. Measure between the two tubes to get the size to cut this tube here. Go ahead, we insert our one-way couplers, the standard ones with 2 wings, and we go ahead and position it in here. There we go, we slide it into place, clamp it in, and screw just like we did the other one. And then we'll have it all done. This was very fast and easy to assemble. With all these pre-cut parts, it must have saved us hours having all these pre-cut parts. And we only made, we made 2 cuts for these pieces only. Very little cutting on this module. This is a great design because instead of having a tight 90-degree corner, this gives you a nice place that you can walk up to close and access your sink or your Commodore egg smoker. So this is very popular. The only problem is you're adding a lot of size here onto your yard. So you need a very large patio if you're going to use one of these diagonal corner modules. If you have a smaller space, you wouldn't be able to use this. And you can see these are just 4-foot modules, and look at how big this has gone. Usually people use 8-foot modules on an L island. So you need a lot of space if you're going to use a diagonal corner module. But it's very nice if you got the space for it. It's very beautiful.